Y'all something, man. I cannot stand a thief. Yesterday in South Suburban Matteson, cat was selling his 2013 gray Dodge Charger for $6,000. Now he did the right thing. He met up in Country Club Hills Walmart parking lot. That's a public area. They ain't gonna pour nothing there. However, they told him, let us test drive it. What he did wrong was he went by himself. He also didn't have security on him. And so he let them test drive it. They drove him to somewhere where they were safe. They pull out a gun and bust at him 4 times, hitting him twice in the arm and the buttocks. These young cats don't care, not even a little bit, to go to jail for the rest of their lives. They could have killed that man. Man with a family. Probably had kids, somebody's son, somebody's brother. And over a $6,000 Dodge Charger that they're not going to get nothing but $1,000, $2,000 for. And for that man to go through that is a tragedy. I keep saying it. We have to have group economics and give the young people jobs in our communities. I started working the day I turned 15. I was working at Red Lobster at $4.25 an hour to 2 in the morning. I was brought up, if you don't move your feet, then you don't eat. These young cats are eating. And that's why a lot of people have issues with assistance, because these young cats are getting meals at the crib and they are eating good. And when you eating good, they like, what's the sense of moving my feet? I'm already eating. And I'm a firm believer of the law of the jungle. If today you don't get up and move your feet, then today you don't eat. And these cats are eating good. They don't even want to work. There's plenty of jobs. Amazon is hiring. There's bartender jobs. They can't even find nobody because of the pandemic. The assistance, unemployment benefits are way better than what people can get for minimum wage today. And so people were like, I'm not working. A lot of these cats looking for jobs. There was a cat by my old crib, and the young brother was like, man, you got... I'm like, bro, how old are you? He asked me for like $30, $50, something like that. And I'm like, yo, how old are you? And he was 21. He looked at 16. But I'm like, yo, young brother, why don't you go work? You find a job? What are you begging for? You're too old to be begging. I kept it straight. I did a video on it. Y'all could go back and look it up. Told the young brother, man, how you trying to find a little female and you can't even take her out to go to eat? You can't even buy her nothing. How are you trying to come up on some women and you can't even take your little girl out? So we doing bad all over the country. I follow the news of us all over the country. And murder, everything, man. We doing bad. Real bad. I mentioned group economics. Somebody asked me, what do I do for the community? Everybody can help. Everybody can play a part. I shop at the businesses, restaurants in my community, in our community, that hire from our community. Therefore, most of the time I don't need to. I do that so that that young person that's at that register, that young person that's flipping hamburgers or trying to make a good living, can have a good living and don't have to sell drugs, don't have to rob, kill, and steal for their money. And therefore, they can make an honest wage to where that money can be recycled back in the community. We spend 98% of our money outside our community. Somebody's going to jump in my comments, oh, we don't have nothing in our community. Well, look at this. If you patronize that one business in your community, if even 60% of your community patronize that business every day or even once a week for a month or two, that business can now afford to open up 3 more. Maybe it's a different business. Maybe that one business can have 3 more. We too busy being jealous of that one business in our community. And we don't mind driving away all the way around the world. I've watched some of our own girls and homies, partners, they downtown. They got their stimulus check and they downtown. They ain't even go to the business to stimulate your own community. We don't understand group economics. That's where we fail. If you can't give that young brother down the street a job, and speaking of young brothers, there's some looking at me now like, but if you can't give that young brother down the street a job, or even try to, and even help him, and you can help him by just shopping at the business down the street. But they don't want to work. They don't want to work. They money they eating every day. Their parents may get free food, and they eating every day. I vote you don't eat today. Lady asked me, she's like, Donald, my son is 18, blah, blah, blah. He won't get up to do nothing. I said, then that refrigerator needs to be locked. That young brother needs to wake up, look in that refrigerator, and be like, because you ain't move your feet today, homeboy, and you don't eat. You can starve. And that's what I told the young brother. He came asking me for money at my other crib, asked me for food or something. Look here, young brother. Have you looked at Amazon? Nope. Have you looked at anything? His father kicked him out. That's what it was. And I'm like, he was like, man, would you kick your son out? Hell yeah, dude. You should have been working at 16, 15 years old. You should have been working. The fact that you wasn't is a problem. And so the fact that you didn't even want to work, the fact that you wake up and go back to sleep is a problem. How do we combat that? I think that men are more proactive. We are being way too reactionary. Reactionary is after the problem, then we're trying to patch it up. I'm trying to solve that problem before it becomes a problem, and we ain't got to patch it up. So, man, watch out what y'all trying to sell online. And if you do, make sure you have somebody with you. Make sure you meet in a public place. You're going to need some security because these young cats don't care. They'll kill you in a heartbeat. They don't mind going to jail for life. Not even 10% of the murders are being solved. And so they're getting away with it. Also, somebody got some type of legal chop shop somewhere where they getting money. All these cats ain't just joyriding. They taking these cars somewhere. They got somewhere where they take these cars and they getting an immediate return on their money. So they don't want to work hard at a job making minimum wage. So they'd rather carjack, take that money, get $2,000 and come back and keep doing it. I say we make an example. I'd give them 100 years in jail. That person worked hard for their money, and you threaten them with a gun, and you take what they worked hard for 5 years. Probably took them 6 years to pay that car off. 2013 Charger, probably took them 6 years, 5-6 years to pay that car off. And here it is, some knucklehead that don't want to work, don't want to go to school, want to stand on the corners, smoke weed and drink all day, take your hard work. When you got the same 24 hours he do. I say make an example of him. I give him 100 years. I said in my other video that women got pissed at me. That I'm glad that dude bust at them and blasted them. Because they deserved it. And then women were mad at me. Women gonna be mad at me about this. But we gotta be more proactive, man. You come in somebody's house, man. You deserve what you get. You violate somebody's house, man. That's why, man, you teach them before that happens. You teach them before that happens. And not only that, man, we can combat that by leaving our children money when they turn 18. We give our children a prayer. Oh, you turned 18. Pray for you. That's why you have to give your child a college fund, savings account. You should be working at real estate. By the time Timmy turns 18, his father and mother and father give him a house, real estate. They may have rental properties. They give him parts of their business. They got a college fund for him, mutual funds, index funds, stocks and bonds, and a savings account for little Timmy. Little Timmy ain't got a carjack. He ain't got to rob, kill, and steal. He good. He been set up by his parents at 18. We give our children nothing. And therefore, our children have to rob each other. Because we spend 98% of our money outside our community. These young brothers can't even go down the street to get a job because there's not enough business for them to be hiring down the street. Therefore, they have to sell dope. That's their biggest. That's. But they could get a job at Amazon or somewhere, anywhere. They don't want to. Anyway, those of you on Facebook, go to YouTube, go to My Life in the CHI. Those of you on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Peace, y'all.